Hello and welcome to the fourth round of the GP 1939 series with Sim Racing Online. We're at Hockenheim today, the 1966 layout, which means there are 0 chicanes. It's quite fast, quite treacherous, because it's very hard to pick braking markers when you're going the speed we are. It's going to be a 45-minute race today. We do this championship every 2 weeks, and there's 6 rounds in total. So, where have we been so far, and what's the story so far? So, if we look at the schedule, we've been to do some very classic tracks from the 60s, I suppose, 30s to 60s. So we started off at Reims, where I was lucky enough to come away with the win. We then went to Rouen in France, where I narrowly missed out on a win. I picked up a 2nd place. Third round was Spa 1930, which again I picked up a 2nd place. Seems to be I haven't finished out the top 3 yet, but I have some very fast competitors that are snapping at my heels. So as I say, we are doing the 4th round. There was a lot of attrition at Spa last time out. I think only 3 of us or 4 of us finished. Hockenheim, I don't think it's going to be very similar because it's a very simple track in terms of the layout. But yeah. So if we have a look at the standings so far in the championship so far, I am leading the championship. We are using the older point system. I'm not entirely sure why I need to scroll there. Maybe I've got the point system at the bottom. Maybe I'll need to adjust that. So you get, let's have a look at the point system. So you get 8 points for a win, 6 for 2nd, 4 for 3rd, 3, 2 and 1. And you get a fastest lap point for the fastest lap in the race. Now I have worked out what the championship predictions are going to be. I need to be able to beat Maddie in 2nd at some point in the last 3 rounds. Otherwise, she's going to romp away with this championship. So, yeah. Let's go to this screen so we can get into the cockpit. There we go. Right. There will be no pit stops in this race, thankfully. We want the tower on, and we want the qualifying box on. There we go. So I've been putting in some quick times. I just did a run on qualifying fuel, and look at the... I got 56 dead. Look at that. 56 dead. So I'm hoping that we do have like a single alpha driver in this championship. The rest of us are in auto unions and Mercedes is. Move my window so it's not underneath all of my overlays. There we go. We don't have a lot of steering luck. And we also don't have a starter. Oh, I'm so bad with a clutch. I just noticed that the camera for the pedals is all off kilter. Doing this with a delay doesn't help. There we go. So I was worried about engine temperatures, because I did some practice and it seemed that these engines overheat when you're doing the majority of the lap flat out. Nearly stalled it again. One thing I haven't done is turn crew chief back on. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what drafting is going to be like in this championship, because we haven't really done a lot of it. I mean, Reims would have been a drafting battle, but I didn't see
green flag in sector 1
for the majority of that race. And you'll find if the in-game time stays the same, it's quite blinding up here. So where there's no tree cover, suddenly the track just becomes a wash of white. And I'm hoping it's not like that in the race. But I mean, if it's like that at one side of the circuit, and the reflections on the windscreen are a little bit distracting as well. So.
Yellow flag in sector 2. We think that guest has gone off. Green flag in sector 2.
So what we got to try and do is nail all of our braking areas and not go off. Simple. But because there's such hard braking zones, the brakes do get very, very hot. Well, apparently from my temperature gauges. So it looks like we've got a newcomer to the championship. I mean, the more the merrier, really. What's the track temperature?
The track temperature is now 15 Celsius.
So we've only got a 21 degree air temperature. Tally ho! I need my white scarf and a flat racing cap, don't I? That would be cool. I did look up to see if there was one available on eBay or something. Whoa.
Sector 1 time's okay. Incident in sector 2, yellow flag.
This is a Sergio Loro track.
Green flag in sector 2.
He doesn't do R Factor 2 tracks very often, so this is very, very rare. I mean, it's a little old looking. I think it could do with a bit
Incident
more
sector 3, yellow flag.
texture work. But,
Green flag, sector 3.
that's just my preference. It's a good fit for these cars. These cars I don't think raced at Hockenheim for quite some time, because Hockenheim only started up in the 1960s. It wasn't around in the 30s, because they would have been racing at...
You've just done a 157.7. Sector 3 is 0.8 off the pace.
We've got a very interesting selection of tracks with this championship. You know,
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
Flat out tracks. And
Sector 1 is green.
twisty
We think
ones
Korolev has crashed.
I tried to get Jim to pronounce Kirillov.
Yellow flag,
but
sector 2.
he's not having any of it.
Green flag in sector 2.
So he's just going to call him Korolev. And this is a very... I wish the turn wasn't like...
You're 2/10 off the pace in sector 1.
I wish it opened up, but it's fast on the way in, slow on the way out. No, not really. I mean, back in the 1930s, they weren't racing on too many different ones. Like you had Bremgarten and you had Linus Monteri, various other street circuits, because they like to just race on roads back then.
Sector 3 is now yellow.
Or boards, I suppose. 1937 late. I don't know if Hockenheim existed in the 30s. This is the 1966 layout. I mean, if it did exist in the 1930s, it
Yellow flag in
in
sector 1. Sector 1 is now green. Sector 3 is clear.
Hockenheim without all of the chicanes. Good evening.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
So my aim tonight is to stick with Maddie Shepherd. I have a feeling that I'm not going to be battling for the win. So if I can keep on her tail and Kirillov's tail, who is third in the championship. Oh, it opened in 1932. What I'm saying though, they didn't race Grand
Yellow
Prix
flag in
cars
sector
here
1.
quite some time.
Sector 1 is green.
Other stuff. Oh, it's going to be a bit late on the brakes. I think this is actually, ironically enough, this is the layout of the track. How did I not hit a barrier? This is the layout of the track that unfortunately took Jim Clark's life. I believe. Well, someone was saying that the 1930s layout looked a bit different. Didn't notice. Notice Kirill was right there.
Okay, make those calls please, Claire.
Ooh! One thing that I need to do that I haven't done
Okay,
yet
no more spotter calls, Claire.
is our Alpha
Yellow
driver
flag,
is here.
watch out.
I have a special spotter for this this round, and his name is. Hopefully this works. Come on, crew chief.
Radio check.
This is Micha, radio check.
Yellow flag.
I got a German spotter.
Let's get it on. I'm in the mood to race. Yes, yes, yes.
I think
Green
that's
flag
German,
sector 3.
isn't it?
Right side. Right is clear now.
The 1930s was drawn with a ruler. Oh, we got 2 Alpha drivers. Nice. Don't think he is.
Okay, I'll shut my mouth. Yes, man.
Maybe I shouldn't use him. He's just gonna get on my nerves. I mean, I hope there was someone with a German accent. It sounds German. Maybe it's Austrian. I don't know.
Check.
Spotter, radio check.
It sounded similar. You can tell that I don't really know how accents work. Right.
Acknowledged. We'll have spotter calls from here, please, Claire.
Seems to be a telegraph pole going through that Alpine truck. Now here's the problem.
Fastest lap for Korolev, 155.6.
Not too much steering lock. Ha 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 ha! The German joke, yeah? It makes me think of the bloke from The Simpsons. That was the joke.
Pit exit is clear. Yellow flag. Green flag,
So we
sector 1.
have 8 drivers today. We do expect there should be about 10-ish. I mean, I am carrying too much fuel. I reckon I should probably take a couple of litres out. It says that I'm going to be doing 50 minutes. But we are going to be doing 47 minutes. Does it say under... This is sub 2 minute lap. I think it wasn't in the early 90s when they ran at Hockenheim. They did all of the chicanes, and I think it was still just a sub-minute, 2 minute lap. I mean, these cars are fast, but they just don't accelerate very quickly. Nothing compared to F1 nowadays.
Incident in sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow.
I think my key is today is to kind of stay off the brake as much as I can. Just to keep momentum up.
Green flag, sector 3. P2.
Yeah, early 2010s. Okay. Oh, they were racing here in 2000 and back in '96. It changed so much, and then in 2000, I think it was 2001, it changed to that the stupid short circuit that it is now. Not impressed with it. I suppose it's better for spectators and all, but because obviously all you would have would be the cars set off from the starting grid, and you don't see them for another 2 minutes. Because I seriously doubt there is like spectator areas around the track. I believe it was 2001. Somewhere in the early 2000s. It's very hard to work out these brakes as well. Sometimes I
Incident
can
in
slow it
Sector
down.
1. Sector 1 is yellow.
Other times I can't. I try and leave my gear changes to late as possible. Not only to actually properly shift the gears, but to hopefully help with the braking element.
Sector 3 is yellow. That's your quickest lap in this session.
Oh, you can definitely see the outline of the old track on Google Maps. You can even walk around some of it, although a lot of it's gated off. I mean, I would imagine they would have put a housing estate on some of it. But there's obviously bits that they can't, because obviously Jim Clark's grave is up here somewhere. I don't know if Sergio has actually put
Green flag Sector 3.
the thing in. Well, that's the only other spectator area. Oh, well, that makes a change rather than bloody putting a housing estate on it and filling it with concrete. I mean, the memories I have of watching it, like late 90s Formula 1 is like, I think it was either Gerhard Berger in the Renault, or maybe his Ferrari. I can't remember which. He was going down the first straight after turn 1, and his
Yellow
engine
flag,
cover
watch
fell
out.
off at like 200 miles an hour. And then you have, what other weird things happened? I think it was, no. Was it Mika Hakkinen that
That lap time was
turn one, or David
158.0.
Coulthard? He just completely spun it around and turned 1 into the gravel. Probably David Coulthard. Made a new monument, and the old one still remains. I mean, it's one of those things that if you went to Germany, you would have to visit, you know? Oh!
Yellow flag Sector 2.
I'm alive! Somehow!
Sector 1 is now green.
How am I alive? Thought I was heading towards the fence. That was scary. Actually, the feeling of them.
Green flag
Not so
Sector
much.
2.
Maybe the person that made these tyres didn't make them reactive to flat spots too much. There's my teammate. I had hoped a few people might have picked up the custom skins that we were allowed to use this season. It would mean that all the auto unions and the Mercedes weren't just silver. I'm running a black Mercedes. I think it looks cool. There was... Was there someone following me and they saw me spin and span in sympathy or something? Oh, you should have seen the other colours of the Mercedes from the skin pack. I think I picked the best one. It was a brown. I remember that. Oh, it must be time for quali. 1 minute till quali. Ah! I wasn't watching what I was doing.
Sector 2 is now yellow.
What fun. 10 drivers. We have 10 drivers. Oh god, Kirill. He's in the 155s. Right. I suppose I better put on my quali setup. Not sure how much drafting there will be. No, I'm not at Monza, so I can't do a Von trips. I don't think I've actually rolled this car, have I? No, I may have done, but not in the race.
That's the end of the session.
Ben,
P2.
I think he might be in the wrong car. That's the wrong car. Can someone go to Ben's stream and say that I think he's in the 1937 car and not the 1939 car? Because it looks different. Thinking it should be that car that he's in. Don't I? Now don't stall it in quali, because if you stall it in quali, well, I suppose if I'm in the pits it doesn't mind. I don't mind.
Exit's clear. Push. Okay, Neil, we've got 14 minutes to set a lap.
Or is Ben in... I don't know what Mercedes he's in. We're supposed to be in the 154. Oh, he's not streaming? Okay. Maybe it's just the thumbnail that's different. But I thought he chose the car that I'm in. Oh. The light is still blinding. Oh, we don't want to fuck it up at the first corner, do we? What's the in-game time then? 9 AM for quali. It's going to be 2 PM for the race, so the lighting is going to be completely different. That's a little bit annoying.
Yellow flag.
Oh, someone's binned it already. That's one of the alphas.
We think that Da Silva has crashed. Green flag in sector 3.
Oh, went wide. That's not good. We want a 155. Right, I'm going to try first gear for the first corner. For the first lap. Maybe that was a bad idea. I think I'm going to have to get in a gaggle of cars because they're all slipstreaming at the moment, so I'm going to have to join them. Nice big black line that's left by somebody. So you don't want to touch the brake for the next part, we just want to on the throttle as early as. Right, we're a 10th away from our quali time, which was a 56 dead. Literally a 56 dead to 3 decimal places. I always feel like I can brake later for this turn, but it's a bit deceptive. Right, we're going to get possibly under 156 if I can keep this 10th.
P4.
155 and I'm P4. .154.7 is the target time. I know Ben, my teammate, was just doing the Sebring 12 hours. So, bit of a trooper for then doing 45 minutes at Hockenheim.
Sector 1 is quick.
Right, we found 6/10 for second. Yeah. Fresh in terms of very smelly, probably. He didn't drive all of the 12 hours. So we're braking at about 250 metres
Yellow flag,
for this
caution.
corner.
You're a 10th off the pace in Sector 2. Sector 3 is clear. We think Guest has gone off.
As long as Guest doesn't get in my way, I'll be alright. Just trying to keep the momentum up through the stadium section. Right, we managed to find half
Yellow
a
flag
second.
in Sector 2. That's your fastest lap today. Sector 1 time is good. You're a 10th off the pace in Sector 2. Sector 3 is 0.5 off the pace. Sector 2 is green.
We didn't manage to do turn 1 very well, so we're already two tenths down. I mean, the track temperature and the air temperature is still the same, so Jim, the crew chief, isn't worrying about engine temperatures like he was in practice for me. So I don't know what kind of temperatures I was running in my practice sessions. But this car did not like it, let's just say that. I am tempted to wait for the gaggle of cars, because first and second are nose to tail. Oh!
Yellow flag in sector 1. Yellow flag sector 3. Sector 1 is green.
I'm going to come into the pits, take some fuel out.
Incident in sector 2. Yellow flag. P3. Okay, Neil. 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
That was nice.
Track's clear. Push, push, push. Okay, spotter calls please, Claire. Sector 2 is clear.
I mean, the guy behind me, Tony, is a very fast racer. He seems to be having a few problems with this particular car, though. And I had hoped that he would be at the front of the grid to take points off my championship contenders. That would have been the plan.
Green flag in sector 3.
That would have been the ideal scenario.
5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes left.
The Auto Union Moment of the Week.
Incident in sector 1. Yellow flag. Green flag in sector 1. It looks like gas has gone off. Yellow flag.
Ooh, I nearly followed him then.
Sector 3 is clear. Green flag.
I watched him. My eyes were drawn there, and so was the car. I personally don't think I'm going to be able to get near this top 2. Near the top 2 without draft.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Well, that's a waste of a lap. I've only got one more lap left. And I say this every time that I do my league races. There's a league rule that you can't just escape midway past the track, round the
Incident in sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow. We think Summers has spun off.
So
Yellow flag in sector 2.
What was I saying? Oh yes, you can't just escape partway around
Sector
the track.
3 is
You've actually
green.
got to come back to the pits. I actually prefer that rule. I would kind of like it if they could, if they would turn the setting on so the car would have to be stopped before you press escape. Oh shit. See, I braked way later than I should have done there, and I still got it stopped, so... braking is... a pain in the arse. Right, let's try not put it sideways this time.
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
I don't think we got time. Well, I don't think I've got the speed to catch up with the guy in front for a draft, unfortunately. I'm still third though, so best of the rest. So if I can kind of keep in touch with the top two, and not spin it. Oh, there's a couple of hay bales. Someone's... No, oh no! No!
Okay, Neil, 5 minutes of fuel remaining. 5 minutes.
I think he's dead. I think I was up on my personal best as well. It was just a cloud of dust and flames. And this thing, I witnessed a fatality. Well, that screws that then.
That's the end of the session. P3.
Oh, I mean, he pressed escape, but it just means he can't go back out again. You see? So he's allowed to press escape whilst he's on track, but he just wouldn't be able to do another qualifying lap. But if you're going to go out in a ball of flames, yeah? That was scary. That was scary. I bet you are, Ben. I bet you are. Why do you do this to yourself? I'm 4/10 away from pole. The Iron Championship leader, they're in reverse, reverse order. So Maddie's second in the championship. Kirill is third in the championship. So yeah, I think pretty much the grid is set unless John van der Geest can put in a lap time. So I've got 109, Ben. 109. My camera is still on the piss. There we go. Right, I think. Is everyone in the pits? Yep. Everyone's in the pits. Let's set our... set our standings. Right, let's go back to... Right, let's have a look at the starting order. Maddie Shepherd gets pole. Kirill Kirillov gets second. I get a third. Matthias Estrella in the Alpha gets a great 4th. It's awesome. Caitlin Penny in 5th. John Van der Geest 6th. Tony Talviti in 7th. Gilles de Silva in 8th. Philip Pitchler in 9th. And Ben Summers, my teammate, is in 10th. I mean, it kind of looked like, Ben, you're in the wrong car, because you're in number 22, and I'm in number 22, but the thumbnails are different. So I'm very confused. I'm very confused indeed. So I'm starting in the top 3. We're going to go tower, and we're going to put expended battle box on. Did I press the wrong button? I think I did. There we go. Right, what am I looking for? That's the button I'm looking for. Right, shall I do a prediction? So there's only 10 drivers in this one, so we'll do a 2-minute prediction. Where am I going to finish? Now, in some respects, I've always gone forwards or stayed where I am. I've never generally gone backwards in this. But evidence of what we saw in the qualifying, if someone crashes and goes into a ball of flame, I could do nothing about it. So, right, let's double check our fuel. I got 110. I'm going to put 109. Maybe take it next a litre less. I mean, if I lose the train of the 2 cars in front, then I can't save fuel. I don't know how far behind the 4th place is. I forgot to look in lap time. So I don't know whether I'm going to pull away from him or not. Do-do-do-do. Now, I was going to take a pee before the race, but it's 2 minutes to go, and I'm not that quick. Right, we're going to see the time change. Well, the track lighting completely change from what we were running in practice.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
And quali, so... Now, I don't normally look at the vote, but there's a couple of votes in there. Top 3 and a top 5. I mean, I would like to come away with a top 5 at the very, very least, but in order to keep up in the championship, because I think I'm going to be outpaced by Maddie for the rest of the championship, just unless she has. I've just been the most consistent, which has got me the championship points at the start. I'm doing a Jensen Button. I've capitalised when other people have faltered, so yeah. And Kirill has got 8 points, so he would get 16 if he wins.
New fastest lap for Shepherd, 202.7.
I don't really want to do maths at the wheel. But, yes, Ben, you're in a Mercedes 125.
That's a new fastest lap for Estra, 156.4.
You're in the wrong car. You need to be in the 1939 W154. I mean, you can ask John if you can change it.
Checker flags out, P5.
Because I think you've been in the 154 the whole season, haven't you? I'm not entirely sure. Right, here goes nothing. It's a standing start as well.
That's the end of the session. P5. The track temp is 22. The air temp is 22 Celsius. P3.
Alright, just waiting for... Yeah, I'm guessing that's me on the grid.
Okay, make those calls please, Claire.
You're on the left, 3 wide. On your right. Hold your line. Clear right.
We made a stunning start.
Left side. Still there. Hold your line. Hold your line. Still there. Hold your line. Clear left.
Caitlin Penny, she was 5th.
Right side. Still there. Still there. Hold your line. Clear right.
Oh, I followed her. Careful, Caitlin.
Sector 3 is now yellow. Looks like the leader's binned it.
On your left. Clear left.
What do you mean the leader's binned it? No, they haven't. Oh dear. What the fuck was that?
Sector 3 is now clear.
You saw that, right? I wasn't imagining that it was 3 cars.
P2.
Left side. Hold your line.
Yellow flag.
Still there. Hold your line.
We can see Korolev has binned it.
Hold your line. Clear left.
Green flag, Sector 1.
There's an alpha frolicking in the field.
Car right.
This is going to be where
Hold
it
your line.
is it? I'm going to
Hold your
overtake
line.
them
Clear right.
one straight.
On your left. Clear left. Car left. Still there. Hold your line. Clear left.
No,
Car
no,
left.
no.
On your left. Clear
Ah.
left.
I got greedy. Don't lose the pack. If you lose the pack, this is all over.
P3.
No!
Yellow flag. Sector 1 is green. The bodywork's in pretty bad shape. We might need to fix that.
Car left, clear left.
It just went from bad to worse. I thought I was okay for traction, but obviously not. Damn it.
The gap to guest ahead is increasing. It's now 1.4.
Car, I think it's okay. I don't know if I've lost top speed or anything. But, I mean, you gotta remember that
Yellow
you only
flag,
score
keep your wits
points
about you, mate.
in the top 6, I think.
It looks like Da Silva has stacked it.
So, I just got so greedy on the brakes. I thought I could actually outbrake them around the outside, but I just was too late. So would have been on the inside for the next
Green flag in sector
turn,
2,
as well.
P5.
That's how I did it last time. Damn it. I don't seem to be catching up to John either. All I can hope for is a mistake from the leaders, really.
The gap to guest in front is now 2.0 seconds.
Got too much fuel. Might be doing 155s on race fuel, put it that way. Lighting up those. Oh yes.
The guy behind has just done a 156.2.
So the points are 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 6. Oh, maybe it's 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think it's only the top 6 that score. Come on, John, let me catch up! Maddie's in the lead now. Wasted opportunity. I made such a good start. I didn't know we were actually going to be... I thought we were actually going to be in a staggered start. But, turns out we weren't. So, third was pretty much as good as pole. And I made an absolute blinder. And Caitlin made an absolute blinder from 5th on the grid, which technically would have been the second row. I think I'm just pushing too hard.
The gap to Guest ahead is now 2.5 seconds. That lap was a 157.8.
I want 156s if you don't mind. How did John get an invalid lap? How do you cut the track? Hockenheim. How is that possible?
Penny is leading the race.
Oh. Good.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Sector 3.
We think that Da Silva has binned it.
Damn it.
Sector 3 is clear.
It's not the name I want to hear. John's actually pulling away.
Sector 3 is yellow.
Well, I've got 36
It looks
minutes
like
of
Da
fuel.
Silva has binned it.
And there's 33 minutes. Oh, shit.
Green flag, sector 3.
I'm pushing too hard. I just need to calm it down a bit. And hope the others have an accident. But this is going to close up the championship quite a lot.
That's a new fastest lap for Korolev, 156.1.
It's the fastest car on the circuit at the moment. And they're basically having a bit of a ding-dong battle ahead. I wonder if anyone gambled on putting less fuel in and hope that the saving fuel under draft. I did think about doing that. But as I've now lost draft, I'm running a second behind my qualifying that time, which was 1:55 something.
Shepherd is now leading.
It's going to be a case of who can get into the lead in the stadium section, because I don't think...
Incident sector 3, yellow flag.
It's going to
We
be
think
possible to
Da Silva
pass.
has stacked it. Sector 3 is clear, green flag.
We've got up my hopes up then. That's a lap
Korolev
car
is
in
closing
front of
in.
me.
The gap is now 8.0 seconds. Good lap. That's your quickest so far.
Jinxed it, Jim. You jinxed it.
Yellow flag. Sector 1 is clear. Alright Neil, the next car is Korolev.
Damn, why can't people take points off my championship? I'm going to get 1 point out of this. She had 13, she's going to get 8 for a win. I've lost the championship lead. She's going to have 21, and she's going to get fastest lap probably. So that's 22 points. We're going to be tied in the championship if I've done my maths right. Sorry. Did I jinx it by saying I've always
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
gone forwards?
We can
I'm
see
having a
Penny has
fucking
been
mare.
bit. Green flag in sector 3.
What is wrong with me? Maybe I'm doing too much talking and not enough driving.
P6.
The worst race of the season. I wasn't outside the top 2 for the first 3 rounds.
The gap behind's increased to 16 seconds. The gap to Korolev ahead is increasing. It's now 12 seconds.
It's going to be like Spa all over again. Although I did finish second at Spa, but Spa was a very, very lonely race. I spent the majority of it
Yellow flag, sector 3.
alone.
We think Da Silva has crashed. Fastest lap for Shepherd, 155.1.
Well, there you go.
Green flag in sector 3.
Right side, clear right.
That's a lapped car, I believe. Yeah. I'm not even sure what kind of stupid lap times I'm doing. Kind of kicking myself because I'm usually the consistent one. I just lost my brain today. There is a couple of newcomers to this particular series. So Gilles and Philip and actually Tony, they've not driven this car in anger yet, as far as I'm aware. So this is a little bit of a baptism of fire. But if he was, if what's happened to him in qualifying happened to him in the race, he was saying that the clamp for his wheel came loose.
The gap to Korolev ahead is now 14 seconds. Yellow flag in sector 3. It looks like Guest has gone off.
Ooh, that's a place. But I'm not close enough. Is it terminal? I need another point.
We think that Da Silva has spun off. Sector 3 is green. That was at 157.8.
Probably. No chance of my wheel coming off the desk. Because it's not on a desk. "24 minutes to go." I mean, is this foreboding for tomorrow as well? Like, or foreshadowing for tomorrow? Tomorrow's quite an important race in the V8 supercars. It's not a track that I like. But I do have my targets. Of what I need to do to secure second in the championship.
New fastest lap for Shepherd, 155.1.
Stop it, Maddie! Stop going so fast! Now, I don't know whether having I've got like 100% brake pressure in this car, and in most cases I am braking as hard as I can.
Yellow flag.
I don't know
The
whether I
gap to
should
Korolev ahead is now 15 seconds. Okay, Neil, that's half distance. Fuel's going to be tight. We're not sure you'll make it to the end. You've just done a 157.0.
When he's not sure, that means we will make it to the end. I mean, I'm losing 7/10 of a second. Well, it starts off as 6/10 of a second in turn 1. And then that goes up to a second coming down the straight as you get a bad exit. Don't hit the grass, that would be bad. I'm just being real. I mean, I'm trying my best to keep my mind on racing.
Yellow flag, sector 1.
Other things going on in my life at the moment.
Green flag, sector 1.
Taking a lot of my mental strength. fuel.
Incident in Sector 1, yellow flag.
I think Caitlin's just gone, might have just gone off. Looking at the time.
Gap to Korolev ahead is increasing. It's now 19 seconds. Okay, Neil, you've used half your fuel. The car ahead is guessed.
So Kirill has passed.
That's 20 minutes to go, 20 minutes. We think that Summers has gone off. Green flag Sector 3.
Oh, you're referring to Jim? Wow.
Incident in Sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow.
Third, fourth and fifth are
We
pretty
think
much
that
together.
guest has stacked it. Sector 3 is now clear.
It got to the 200 meter board and I was like, shit, I should be braking. I mean, if this was like the normal point system, then we'd be getting lots and lots of points, but scrabbling to get into the top six is a bit more nerve-wracking.
That's your quickest lap.
How? He didn't feel very quick. One 56.6. Matthias is having an absolute blinder in the Alpha. He's up to second. He's just slowly but surely just plodded away, capitalising on my mistakes, John's mistakes, Kirill's mistakes. Just keeping it on the island. Oh, so 17 and a half minutes to go. I've got 21 minutes of fuel in the tank.
The gap to guest ahead is now 6.4 seconds.
Right, I can brake there. Whether I want to or not, that's another matter. So I can brake at the 200 meter board, but it is a little risky. My rears are getting a little hot. Caitlin's in the pits. That's fifth place. I mean, I don't think Kirill is actually going to catch the top two. I mean, it would work. I would like it if he did, because it means he takes points off my championship contenders. I would much rather that Kirill wins and Maddie comes second, as I lose less points. So I wonder whether either Caitlin span off and got damage, or she underfueled. Yeah, it is a bit of a big ask for him to even get close to the top two. I think he span at the start. Because he was probably right behind us. Let's just hope John makes a mistake so I can catch up.
Alright Neil, 15 minutes left, that's 15 minutes. Sector 2 is yellow. P5.
I mean,
It looks like Da Silva has gone off. Green flag, Sector 2.
Caitlin has to catch up about 30 seconds. Or 25 seconds or so in 14 minutes. So I'm not really too concerned. I just want to
Incident in Sector 2. Sector 2 is yellow.
focus
We think
ahead.
Korolev has binned it.
Oh no!
Sector 2 is now green.
You are my hope, Kirill.
Yellow flag, Sector 3. The next car is Korolev. It looks like Da Silva has gone off. Sector 3 is now clear.
Spa all over again. Although, you know, this circuit is
Sector
very
3 is now yellow.
very similar to Spa, but it's got less objects to hit.
Green flag, Sector 3.
And I'm surprised at how many people. Thank you, Ben. Retired from that race, so they must have hit something quite solid. So I got there's third in the championship ahead of me.
That lap time was 1:57.2.
Like it's such a slow exit from. I think Kirill might be damaged. He seems to be wandering on the straight a bit.
The gap to Korolev in front is now 2.7.
I've had some great battles with Kirill in some of the other series that we've done.
Yellow flag, caution. Summers has retired from the race.
I'm not surprised, Ben, considering you did that 12 hours. You trooper. Yeah, seems a little wayward, doesn't he? He seems to be taking strange lines as well. But we're in similar machinery. Oh no, he's in the Auto Union. We're not in similar machinery at all. Slow in, fast out. Still didn't get it right. Such a simple corner. He's wandering all over the place. Just don't spin right in front of me. Please. I've already dirted my underwear from qualifying. He's hanging on to it. Why does it always happen in these races where I'm either getting caught in the final 10 minutes or I'm catching someone in the final 10 minutes? And I always seem to run out of time.
Sector 3 is yellow.
Oh, off he goes.
Sector 3 is green.
Did Jim just tell the future?
That was a 157.0 P4.
Right, I got 7.4 seconds to try and catch in 8 minutes.
The gap to Korolev behind is increasing. It's now 8.6 seconds. We're seeing minor wear on your left front.
Well, yeah. Back up to P4. So I've gone backwards. So started third. I'm glad I've recouped some points.
Yellow flag in Sector 3. We think Korolev has crashed. Sector 3 is clear.
He's not having a good time in that car. I've got no threat from behind. I mean, Jod did a
The gap to
156.1
Guest in front is now 8.9 seconds.
in that last lap, and I did a 157 dead. So he's pulling away, really. Just gotta hang on. I can see him in a speck in the distance.
You've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Now, I read the last time out that Maddie was quite far ahead at Spa. I was a lonely second.
Yellow flag in
And,
Sector 3. We think that Da Silva has binned it. Green flag in Sector 3.
not the car I wanted to hear. And she mentioned on the forum, she did say she could have stopped a lap earlier, as in she pushed, you know, she had time in hand to be able to slow up and not do an extra lap, but she did say she was feeling quite evil.
You've just done a 156.5.
And she actually didn't slow up, and she hoped that I would.
Okay, Neil, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
Make that final lap. But I mean, for most of the Spa race, I was cruising because I had no hope of catching Maddie ahead, and I think it was Matthias that was behind at the end. He was too far behind at that point, so I was just trying to stay off of all of the solid objects that I could have collided with at Spa. It's very strange as well because I was so confident at the start of this season because I could lap around Reims quite well, but Reims was quite I suppose you might call it a shoddy track. It didn't have some of the sim features, which maybe made it quite easy to push on. The grip level was static. And all the races that we've done since have
Yellow
been
flag.
on tracks that do have all the bits
We
and
can
bobs.
see Da Silva has spun off.
I'm seeing some tyre marks over turn 1 there. There's a few people that are able to cut turn 1. I don't feel comfortable doing that. All the other circuits have pretty much taken a kind of different method of driving. And not so much stop-start. This one is a very big momentum circuit, which is something that I always struggle with. I'm too used to heavy brake, accelerate kind of course.
The gap to Guest ahead is now 8.5 seconds.
Well, she's already gone over the line because she's like 30 seconds ahead. So this should be the last lap coming up. Come on, John. Give me a podium. Give me a podium. I mean, I've pretty much thrown away a podium today. I could have settled for third, but I just pushed too
Seeing
hard.
minor wear on your left side tyres.
Well, he didn't say it was last lap, but I don't trust Jim sometimes.
We estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining.
I think I'll be fine. I normally write a race report after every round. I think this race report is going to be quite short. It shouldn't be the last lap, why not? Maybe one lap after this. Jim can be somewhat inconsistent when he calls for the last lap.
We can see Da Silva has spun off.
Still not the last lap.
We're running on fumes, mate.
Well, let's just say this better be the last lap. Because if it isn't, we're screwed.
Green flag in sector 3.
I was adjusting my pit menu. It is the last lap. Are you sure? Otherwise I'm going to be saving fuel for a lap. Oh, it looks like Checkered's out. I got within 7 seconds of John. Not close enough though.
P4. Okay, it's over.
He was waving a green flag at the end. Oh! Wow, there you go. That's a very strange truck. Oof. What a bloody nightmare. What a nightmare. At least it wasn't a green-white checkered, the bane of all NASCAR drivers. Oh. Oh, dear it me. I'm a sweaty mess after that. These cars are harder work than you think they are. Right. Has everyone finished? Not quite. Where is Caitlin? Caitlin's finished. Sounds like Philip is coasting. Did Philip run out of fuel? Why is he coming into the pits? Oh, because he's already been lapped. Oh, I see. So he's already finished. Alright, okay. Mouse pointer, where are you? So, let's check the results. Disappointing results. So, as expected, Maddie comes away with the win. Matthias gets a great second in his Alpha. Oh, we had 3 Alphas in the race today. John van der Geest gets third. I am off the podium, unfortunately, in fourth. Kirillov, which I think had damage at the end, was really struggling with his car. Fifth, Caitlin Penny. I don't know whether she had an accident as well, or she underfilled. She was in the top 2 at the start. Philip Pitchler in 7th. Gilles de Silva in 8th. Ben Summers, my teammate, did not finish, and neither did Tony Talviti. So there we go. How about that? How about... Right, 2 weeks' time. In 2 weeks' time, we are heading to Zandvoort, 1967. That's where we're going. Zandvoort, 1967. Let's go to... There we go. So we're going to Zandvoort, I believe, 1967. That's going to be a very interesting track. Because it's quite flowing. It's very similar to Hockenheim, but a bit slower. I don't think I've actually tested it. The hairpin is going to be fun. But yeah. But the last round on April the 20th is the Monza 10K. We are going around the banking. So the Monza 10K is going to be the sports car layout, I believe. So we're not going to be going full speed around the banking. So I believe it has a chicane at the start of the banking and a chicane around the other side of the banking. So that's going to be fun. That is going to be fun. Right, let's have a look. See if I can do the points. There we go. Right, let's see if I can do some adding. Let's add Hockenheim result. Unfortunately, I don't think my championship software doesn't really support the fastest lap points. I have to do it manually. So driver standings. How am I still leading the championship? How am I still leading the championship? Okay. I have 23 points. Maddie is in second with 19. I believe she's got 20 points because I think she got the fastest lap in that race. John van der Geest slips into third with 11 points. Kirillov is in fourth, joint fourth, with 10 points with Matthias in the Alpha. Ed Jones, who wasn't here today, is joint sixth with Caitlin Penny with 6 points. Marius Labioda, I don't know, is 8th with 4 points. He wasn't here today. Flaviu, I don't know how to pronounce that second name, is in 9th with 3 points. Robin Taylor, who wasn't here today either, only done the first 2 rounds, 2 points. Stian Dauger is joint 11th with Simon Barnes with 1 point. So there you go. I'm still leading the championship, but 2 rounds left to decide, and I've worked it out that I cannot just finish second behind Maddie. Something has to happen to Maddie in order for me to win this championship. I know that sounds bad, but it's just the way it is. I'm not going to be able to win this on pure pace. So yeah. So there you go. There you go. Let's stop there. Right, we're going to be back tomorrow. We're doing V8 Supercars tomorrow. And V8 Supercars are going to be for the last round, we're going to be at Adelaide. And Adelaide is the 1986 layout. Just make it look like an accident. I think she's got her consistency up now. She had the first 2 rounds were a nightmare, but she's managed to get her consistency going. So unless she has a mare of a round. So it's the last round of the V8 Supercars Championship. We're at Adelaide 1986. I am second in the championship. The first place Roman Granatovic has already won the championship. He can't be caught. He pretty much won 3 rounds out of 4. Or was it... No, did he win 3 rounds? Yeah, he did win 3 rounds. 3 rounds out of 5. He won 3 rounds out of 5. I'm second in the championship with 131. But I've got someone called Matteo Dentella snapping at my heels with 116. And it's with the Sim Racing Online points. So there you get 40 for first, 36 for second, 33 for third, 30, 28, 26. All the way down until 1 point. So yeah, I've got a fight on my hands. Now, I've done my predictions, and I think I know where I need to finish. Think. But I'm not entirely sure. I'm off to have something to eat, because I haven't eaten yet. But thanks for watching, everybody. I can do my plug. I don't normally do my plugging stuff. If you want to support, if you like the streams and stuff, I don't do this for a living. It doesn't pay the bills. But if you like what you see and appreciate the effort that I put into my streams and stuff, then be sure and give me a Ko-fi donation or a subscription if you wish. Other than that, I'm back tomorrow. I'm probably not going to be doing any midweek streams unless something drastic happens. I need to get back to my puzzle games, because we're going to be doing the House of Da Vinci. Hopefully I won't need to to look at walkthroughs for tips, because it's getting a bit what's the word? Obtuse, I think this is the word I described it. But it's been fun. It's been annoying because I didn't do as well as I thought I would. But thank you for watching, everybody. And I will see you next time.